All right, the title of your notes will be section 5.16 dot plots. Dot plots. Section 5.16 dot plots. So something that you need to know when you look at dot plots, and this is a pretty cool section, is what is frequency? What is frequency? Well, frequency is just how often something occurs. Something occurs. How often something occurs. So today we'll be looking at frequency. So for example, let's take a look at a few numbers here. So let's do 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, and 8. So when we work with dot plots, what we do is first we just create that number line. And we try to find what is your low and what is your high number. Well, this one's pretty simple because this is already done for us, low to high. 2 is low, 8 is high. So we start on our number line at 2, and we go all the way up to 8. And then we just fill in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So now we have a good display, 2 to 8. And all we do is we just, for every number you see in your dot plot in your data collection, you put a dot above that number. So for example, 2, put a dot, cross that off. Another 2, put another dot, cross that off. 3, put a dot over 3, cross that off. Here's a 4, so put a dot on 4, cross that off. 5, and you just keep going until you complete with the dots on every number. 6, here's another 6, and 7, here's 7. And of course that last one is 8. So what you see here is a correctly plotted dot plot from 2 to 8. That's it. So there are a couple items that you need to know, and put a little star next to this. Use dots like these to show frequency. To show frequency. How many times does that number happen? How many times does that number occur in your data set? That's it. Let's see a couple steps to see on dot plots. Steps to dot plot. Steps to dot plot. All right, so step 1 is just to find your high and low. Find your high and low on here. So your high in this example is 8, low is 2. All right, find your high and low. 2 is to create your number line. Create your number line, just like what we did here. Create your number line. And of course, step 3 is going to be plot and find highest frequency. Find highest frequency. Find which number occurs the most. So plot, just like what we did here. And then, of course, find your highest frequency, which number occurs the most. So let's see what this looks like. Number 1 is 7, 8. We'll use number 5, 999, 999, 710. 710. Perfect. And then step 2 is just to find your high and low. So right here, take a look. Where's your low number? 5 is your low. And then where's your high? Well, 10 is your high. So we know that our range is from 5 and 10. So just create that number line. Here's 5. Here's 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So we just created our number line. Step 3, just plot it. 7. Put a 7. Here's 8. Put an 8. Here's 5. Cross off 5. 9. Oh, there's 2 9s. Oh, there's 3 9s. Put a third dot. 7. And 10. Perfect. So we just plotted. And lastly, find your highest frequency. Well, 9 has the most dots. So HF, highest frequency, is 9. 9 is your highest frequency. That's it. Let's see another one. Number 2 is showing the numbers 10, 11. These are a little bit larger. 9, 8, 8, 8, 12, 6, and 11. All right, so 10, 11, 9, 8, 8, 8, 12, 6, 11. Where's your highest number here? Let's find your high and your low. Well, we know that our high, large number, there it is, 12. And find your low. We have an 8. 6 is the lowest. Perfect. So 12 and 6. Those are our highs and our lows. So step 2, just create your number line. So create your number line right here. And 6 is on the low and 12 is on the high. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So now all that's left is just plot. So here's 10. Put a dot. There's 10. Here's 11. Cross off 11. Here's 9. Cross off 9. Here's 8. Another 8. A third 8 right there. So there's 3 8s. A 12. A 6. And we have an 11. 2 11s. All right. So take a look. Which number has your highest frequency, the most amount of dots? Well, number 8. Number 8 is your highest frequency. 8 is your highest frequency. That's it. That's it. Let's see another one. Number 2 is 10, or number 3. This one's number 3 on there. So on number 3, we have 10, 20, 10, 40, 50, 60, 70, 10, and 70. All right, so step 2 is just to create that number line. So we'll just create that number line. Look in here for your lowest number. Where would your lowest number be? Well, we have a 10. Anything lower than 10? Nope, 10's your lowest. Then what's your highest? 50, 60, 70. 70 is definitely your highest number here. So just start with creating that number line. 10, 70, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. Now let's just plot it. Here's 10. Cross off 10. Here's 20. Cross off 20. Here's another 10. Cross off 10. 40. Cross off 40. Here's 50. So go to 50 on your number line. Cross that off. 60. Cross off 60 because that's complete. 70. Cross off 70. That's complete. Here's a 10. Right there. 10's growing on here. And 70. All right. Perfect. Everything's plotted. Now find your highest frequency. Well, your highest frequency is 10. 10 has the most dots on your dot plot. That's it. Let's see another one. Number 4. Number 4 is 60, 80, 80, 70, 40, 30, 80, and 70. And 70. Perfect on here. So this is a really cool section just because I enjoy actually doing the dots on the number line. You can put a visual next to your whole data collection. So step 1 is just to find your high and low. So take a look. Where is your lowest number? Let's find our low. Well, we have 30. Anything lower than 30? Nope. 30 is your lowest. And then what's your highest? I see an 80, 70, 80 looks like that's your highest. 80 is the highest. So we'll just make a range, create that number line. And the range is going to go from 30 to 80. So we go 40, 50, 60, and 70. Now it's time to graph. Graph with dot plots. On the dot plot, here's a 60. Cross off 60. 80. Cross off 80. Here's another 80. Put another 80 on the 80. 70. Put a 70 there. 40 on the dot. 40 right there. 30. 30. Cross off 30. 80 Ah, 80s has quite a few. And lastly, 70. 70. Perfect. Now we can see our whole data collection, our whole data set right here on our dot plot. So take a look. Which one is your highest frequency? Well, that one's easy. That's 80. 80 is your highest frequency. You know, when you look at this, you have 60, 80, 80, 70, 40, 30, 80, 70. So you see 83 times. 70 is pretty close. You get 72 times, but you see 80 the most. 80 is your highest frequency. 80 is your highest frequency. Let's see. Go and try numbers 5 and 6 on your own. Number 5 is 0, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 1, 1, 2, and 1. And number 6 is 17, 12, 14, 18, 17, 16, 12, 14, 14. Perfect. Go and try numbers 5 and 6 on your own.